Hey, what's up guys? We are getting PAX started a day early here at Undead Labs. We're gonna check out their upcoming zombie shooter State of Decay, we're gonna get a sweet little studio tour, and we're gonna talk to some of the development team. So let's go do it.
Sure, so State of Decay is an XBLA title. It is for actually for both Xbox and PC. And the idea behind State of Decay is to create a game that is all the mechanics, all of the zombie survival, the base building, the evolving sandbox world. Really nail that, really polish it into a fun single-player experience. Really take a lot of feedback from the people who are playing it, and then use all of that to kind of take the next step into the big shared online experience.
The base building stuff seems like a pretty big element of the game.
It is.
You have different bases around the world, right? And then you also have NPCs that you can, at some points, take control of, and that sometimes they can die, and if they die, they're permanently dead.
Right. Well, these are your fellow survivors. These are people that you encounter in the world, either because you're exploring and you're finding people in houses, or you get hints that there's an enclave of survivors somewhere, and maybe you save their asses at some point and invite them to join your community. The idea is that you build up your community, and the larger your community, the more people you have to do things like building workshops, building training areas, manning the kitchens, going out on supply missions to find food and fuel and building materials. Those people over time you build relationships with. Either they go on missions with you and learn to trust you because you have their back, or they ask you to help them out with a problem and you help them out, and they earn trust over time, and eventually they become your friend. Once one of those survivors is your friend, then you can at any time take control of that character and play as that character as well. And in that way, if you make a tactical error and wind up getting your ass kicked by the zombies and die, you're truly dead. But the good news is that you've got a stable there of other survivors that you can then play. And all of the expertise that you've gained has been invested in that community. So you're not losing everything just because that character died. You're just losing the specific skill set that that character had.
It seems like melee is important because guns, you have pretty loud and limited ammo, right?
Yeah. So noise propagates in this world. It is an open sandbox world, and we're really trying to model. It's incredible how much sophisticated AI it takes to make believable, stupid zombies. But we really want them to cue off those moving lights and the sound propagation, and so everything you do in the world is realistically modeled in terms of the way the sound propagates and echoes. And, shooting a gun is a loud event. If zombies are out there looking for their next meal and they hear a gun over on the next block, they're going to come investigate. So you use your guns when you're in trouble, get out of trouble, but understand that you've just drawn everybody in a half-a-mile radius to that point, so you better bug out of there fast.
Like, one of the things we should clarify here is that, this is an open-world game, right? Like I would say, at least, for my short time with it, it's structured similarly to like a Grand Theft Auto game. It's just that, when you're going from point A to point B, there are zombies there.
Yeah, exactly, and that's, there are some fantastic zombie games out there that we've all played and loved, but what we really wanted to do was model that open world. That sense of, when you go see a great zombie movie, you come out of there and you think, what would I do? Right? If the apocalypse really happened, would I go to Costco and board up the windows? Would I go get on one of the Washington State ferries and go out? Would I go try to commandeer the Space Needle? I mean, we all hang out with our friends and have a couple of beers and talk about our survival scenarios. What we really wanted to do was give you that open world playground to help you model that out. Go live it, right? What do you want to do? Are you more of a lone wolf? Do you want to go out there and just kind of be on your own? Do you really want to engage in building friendships and pulling people into the community? Are you going to invest in defense? Are you going to invest in technology? Or do you just want to try to, move into bigger and bigger bases and build this, massive army around you?
You guys have this game, State of Decay, which was originally, I think, codenamed Class 3, and then you have the MMO, which is Class 4. Right. How much of the foundation of this game do you think is going to end up in Class 4?
I think a huge amount. And here's why. I've spent most of my career making MMOs, and most of the folks here have spent most of their career making MMOs. And the thing that we've really come to understand is that, being massively multiplayer and being online does not make a game fun. What makes it fun is taking something that is a fun core mechanic, that is a well thought out, highly polished, intense experience, and then bringing the social mechanics into that. So what we wanted to do was, let's get that down, right? If you can't make it a fun single-player game that is just really engaging, then don't try to graft on the massively multiplayer mechanics, because it's not going to be there. The game we're going to make will be very different, fundamentally different expectations about level curves, progression, character progression, permadeath, right? So I think that one of the reasons we wanted to take this first step was not only to make a fun game and get it out the door, but also so that we could refine that mechanic and really know what we're doing and get the feedback from the people who are playing it. And so for me, when I look at how do we take this and go next, well, you've got this notion of community that we've built into the game, of building your base, of working together to overcome this kind of larger common threat. And that is going to be the mechanic that we build around for the social dynamics as we take this into the online space.
So, State of Decay, what's your release date on it right now?
I wish I knew.
All right, well, that's good enough. Thanks, man.
Okay, hey, appreciate it.
Good to talk to you. Cool.